So the next thing I want to talk about is allergenic foods. This is a big question, and we're going to talk about this at the same time because it's the same time sort of thing that I want you to start looking at introducing those allergenic foods. Now, the old recommendations, you can go back and find all sorts of old recommendations on the timing of it, and we have old flyers that are still, in some drawers around here that say like no peanuts before 1 or no peanuts before 2, no eggs, no dairy, blah blah blah. What that did was it created, it paid for all these EpiPens. The EpiPen companies were very happy with those recommendations because it created a bunch of kids with food allergies. And what we know is that that was a mistake to recommend avoidance of allergenic foods in the first year of life. What we have learned through a lot of studies, the LEAP study, a bunch of other studies that have been done, is that early introduction of allergenic foods helps prevent allergies. Early introduction of allergenic foods helps prevent food allergies. There's this window of time where your body is more accepting of these different foods, and if we avoid giving it during that window, then it increases the chance that your baby could then become allergic to given food. The two that are most important are peanut butter and eggs. So I always recommend at the 6-month visit that they start introducing those on a regular basis. You can get really granular on like how many and how frequently, just on a regular basis. We love peanut butter in our house. So as often as we give the rest of our kids peanut butter, we give our 6-month-old peanut butter, which is maybe a little too often, but that's for a different day. What you want to do is do it on a regular basis so that their body becomes acclimated to that and it sees it on a regular basis and it doesn't become sensitive to that. If instead you withhold it and you say, we're not doing any peanuts in our house till 2 because of the risk of food allergies, well, what happens then is the window closes and then your baby is more likely to react to that and say, hey, this is not what we were expecting. Allergy response, immune response, anaphylaxis, those sorts of things. So on a regular basis, starting at 6 months of age, you should introduce allergenic foods. There's a couple caveats, and of course you should talk with your own pediatrician to make these decisions for your family. If the child has severe eczema or a history of food allergy, those are things that we need to talk through first. But the average bear baby on the street should be getting peanut exposure, egg exposure on a regular basis. What I typically recommend for peanut butter is if they're still on purees to just throw some peanut butter, like the peanut butter off your shelf into whatever puree they're getting. I mean, it probably doesn't go well with peas. Maybe it makes peas taste better. I don't know. But sweet potatoes, pears, whatever. Throw a little bit of peanut butter in there, stir it up. It'll thicken it up, which just gives them a new flavor, a new texture to experience. And do that on a regular basis. A couple times per week, a few, spoonfuls at least is the perfect amount for them. For eggs, same sort of thing. Usually I just tell parents scramble eggs, chop them up into really tiny bites and put them in the purees as well. Those probably pair better, savory side of things with some of the different vegetables that you might give to baby, but it's so small that you don't notice, and we're just trying to get some bites in them so that their immune system recognizes them as this is a normal food. We're going to have this on a regular basis, and then keep going from there. Same with dairy. The eggs and the peanut butter are the most important, but dairy is good to introduce as well on a regular basis. So the easiest ways to do that would be yogurt or cheeses. You don't have to do yogurt bites if you don't want to. It's like really expensive freeze-dried little bites of yogurt that you can get at the store for much cheaper. Instead, I would just get regular old yogurt, put it on a spoon, and give it to them. I've done several podcast episodes on food allergies, and so if you're looking for more information, check out my podcast. It's called Raising Good Parents, and we'll drop a link to below for that. But there's a lot of food allergy episodes on there. I've talked with a lot of different food allergy experts and have some good information for you on food allergies and the prevention, so you feel like it's more than just me saying this, although this is what I say to my patients every day. We have a really low incidence in my practice of food allergies. It's not 100% because of course some kids get food allergies no matter what we do, but we want to protect by and large and see a drop in food allergies. The way to do that is early, often introduction of food allergies. Hopefully that makes sense. Comment yes below, because I know I'm talking fast and I'm saying a lot, but I would love it if you just comment yes below if that makes sense, if that gives you a little peace, mind, and clarity about what we're doing here in terms of starting solid foods, like moving past purees, and then also if that makes sense in terms of introducing allergenic foods, and if that helps you to know what to do going forward with those.